In this lesson, we are going to learn how to create monochromatic atmospheric landscapes. So it's going to be super simplistic, and we're going to use just one color, which makes it monochromatic. So first, I'm going to start with like 4 layers of just really simple, plain mountains. You can make them look however you want to. That's my background one. Second layer. Third layer. And fourth layer. So each one of these is going to be a different tone. It's going to be darkest in the front, fading back to the lightest. I'm going to use blue, but you guys can use whatever color you prefer. And I'm actually going to mix my own blue. So I don't want to use it straight from the palette because I'm not really into the color that's on there. So I'm going to mix my 2 blues together to make a really specific blue. Sometimes it takes a while to get quite a bit of paint out of your palette. So my entire painting is just going to use this one shade of blue. So what I'm going to do in my palette on the right side, I'm going to use this as like a mixing tray. So I'm going to pull some of that color and quite a bit of water. Just remember, the more water you use, the lighter your color is going to be. So I just keep dipping in my water until I get enough here. And then once it's light enough, I'm going to start in the background, and I'm going to follow the shape of my mountains that I drew first. I'm going to color in the entire sky. That should be the lightest color of blue that I can possibly make. So that's my background color. It's a little like blue-grayish. So for my next one, I'm just gonna pull from there and try to make this just one shade darker than the previous color. So I added just a little bit of color and no water because I already had quite a bit. And this should end up looking one shade darker. If you have to layer, that is totally okay as well. Mine doesn't look quite dark enough. This activity is probably easier if you let each layer dry in between, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that. That's pretty good. And then I'm going to mix a little bit more. I ran out of my colors, so I'm going to just make it one shade darker than the previous color. So it's going to be pretty dark when we get to the front. So this should be kind of like a medium range blue. Next, so I mixed a new color. All right. And then I'm going to do this one more time. So I'm going to use it, mix a little bit more. So it's even darker. And then last but not least, the darkest is going to be in front. I actually added just a smidge of orange to my color, just to like tone it down. This is a really good way to practice different color ranges and using value with watercolors. And I think this kind of like ends up looking really neat. So. Like I said, if you're having trouble, you can always go back and do multiple layers of the same color to get like all the different ranges of dark and light. So I'm going to let that dry completely, and then I'm going to add trees in the front, which you are welcome to do. But I am going to let this dry completely before I tackle that.